Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Matt and I do like video games, and in today's video we're here on Xbox Series S to take a look at Starfield. Just got a brand new update, a huge update, an absolutely huge update by the way. This update brings with it the addition of a vehicle, which is nice because I know that's something a lot of people, myself included at this point, people have been waiting for a vehicle in Starfield so that you can kind of explore quicker, faster, and everything. Get from point A to point B. You don't have to just run everywhere. It's a really nice addition. I've been playing around with it quite a bit since they did the update. But the big thing is here on Xbox Series S, we've got performance options now for the first time, just like on Series X. And this is huge. And I'll tell you right now, it's pretty impressive. It's much like the Series X. It's not too different from the Series X. The resolutions and everything, and maybe some of the details might be a little different, but it isn't too dissimilar from the experience you're going to get on the Series X. So right now I've got it to a frame rate target of 60 FPS, but they did add 60, 40, and 30 FPS options. 30 was already there. We already know this. But I like to play it on 60s, so I have it set to frame rate target 60 FPS, and I have it set to prioritize visuals. There is an option to prioritize performance. We will check that out here in a little bit, but right now I want it set to prioritize visuals. Alright, here we are in Starfield. I think the last thing I did last night while I played was I cleaned out this base. So I don't think there's any enemies here to worry about. See if we can find somewhere else to go. But we have my vehicle right here. And this thing, guys, this thing is awesome. Right now, we are on a planet with 0.5 gravity. So this thing, it's got a decent amount of speed, and in most planets, there are some planets like the really low gravity planets. Like I took this thing to Pluto, like 0.06 gravity. I took it to a moon that had like 0.01 gravity, and as long as you're on the ground like this, you will move at like a snail's pace. But what's good is you can boost yourself and then shoot yourself in the air, and it will send you flying in low gravity, which is really awesome. But guys, the addition of this vehicle, it's genuinely a game changer, genuinely. And I gotta be honest, I love Bethesda, one of my favorite developers, just in general, ever. When they said they were bringing a vehicle to Starfield, I honestly expected it to be quite janky. This isn't janky, really, at all. I mean, it's pretty straightforward how it handles and everything. It handles a lot like a Warthog in Halo. Maybe a little bit tighter than that, but it handles pretty similar to that. Like, you move forward and backwards with the left stick. You can also turn with the left stick. You can also just move forward and turn with the right stick. It's kind of up to you, although I do suggest probably turning with the left stick a little bit, because you can make sharper turns that way. But guys, the 60 FPS, I mean, outside of really densely populated areas, or, just the problem areas in the game, I would say New Atlantis is a big stress point. Also, Aquila City is a huge stress point for the game. But outside of big stress points like that, the frame rate is pretty consistent. It feels nice. Obviously, there are dips. It's much like the Series X version, especially when you're prioritizing visuals. If you're prioritizing visuals, there's going to be dips. That's just the way it is. But the nice thing about that is that if you have a TV or a monitor that supports VRR, you're not going to notice it too much. I mean, every now and then you might notice it, but it's not going to be this constant thing that ruins your experience. Alright, we got that over there. That over there. Where else? Wait, 2 science outposts? Okay. Let's get in the vehicle. In fact, you know what?
Yes, Captain. I am right behind you.
I'm taking Vasco with me. I do know where to find you, Sarah. On my goddamn ship. Now get on there. It's awesome that Vasco just sits in the back. Oh shit. But these are like my favorite planets to drive on. When like the gravity's around like 0.3, the planets are so much fun to drive on. You can just like drift everywhere. You still got enough speed, so you feel like you're getting around pretty quick, and you can like drift everywhere. You can send yourself flying into the air. It's really awesome. Laser! Get lasered! Oh, he just said, I am unable. Me too, bud. I'm also unable. Okay, we need 5 more kills with a laser weapon. Got any enemies in here, or what are we working with? I don't think we do. I think it was just those robots. Oh, no, it's not. It's one of these places. Oh, I'm getting stabbed. You better back away from me, please. That's hilarious. Wrecked. And you're wrecked. Alright, let's keep going. Hey there, buddy. Bro, he didn't even get a chance to stand up properly before I killed him. What are you guys doing? Oh, no, I'm not. I'm not going to pay for that. I'm absolutely not going to pay for that. I don't know why you would say that, quite frankly. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that said pirate freeloader. Oh shit. I didn't even see that guy there. I love the combat in this game. It's so much fun. I think there's stuff down here, isn't there? Could be wrong about that. Maybe. Maybe not.
Wait, what was that?
Oh, here we go. Got some more enemies. How are you still alive? I threw a grenade right at you. There we go. Alright. We got any loot back here that I can take? Yeah, there we go. I see it. This is just so great, man. I think I checked last night, and this was before I started playing the update. I had like 740-ish hours on Starfield, and I feel like every time I come back to play Starfield, it just gets significantly better. I don't know, like every time I play it, it's just a significantly better game. Like they've been adding so much through the updates. 60 FPS on Series X. You also added mod support. You also added, now 60 FPS on Series S. You got the vehicles now. All the updates before that, just quality of life fixes, things that make the game easier and more approachable. Like there's just so much here that's really, really good. And I'll say this too. I've said this on podcasts before, on my channel and off my channel. I don't think I've ever said it in a video. Fuck the haters. Alright? I'm dead serious when I say that. Fuck the haters. Because there's this whole thing with Starfield that there's a really annoying discourse, especially when the game launched. There's this really annoying discourse that, like, you're not supposed to like the game. Like, the game's boring. People who haven't played the game will tell you that the game's boring and that you shouldn't like it. And that's the kind of person you're dealing with on Twitter. And, dude, fuck them. The game is phenomenal. I love it. The only reason I have 700 plus hours in the game is because it's phenomenal. And I really, really enjoy it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be playing it that much. It doesn't make sense. Like, I've seen people say, oh, I put 100 hours in a Starfield and it's trash. If you put 100 hours in a Starfield and it's trash, then you put it this way. You don't like games. You're playing games for the sport of not liking them. And that's unfortunate, quite frankly. I don't think that's anything to be proud of. You've got too much time on your hands, first of all, if that's what you're doing. And second of all, nobody wants to be talking to somebody who's completely negative all the time. It's boring. It's boring and it's predictable. So, it's nothing to be proud of. Like, and if you're somebody like myself who enjoys Starfield, and like I said, especially around the launch of this game, people were getting you down talking about Starfield and how bad it was, don't let that shit get you down. Don't let that shit get you down. Enjoy the game, play what you love, and if you don't like Starfield, that's totally fine also. That's completely fine. But, like, there's just no need for this whole, hey, I don't like Starfield, so I gotta tell somebody who really likes it how much I don't like it, so that maybe they don't like it. No, that's not necessary. That is absolutely not necessary. Alright, so here we are. Here we are in the worst case scenario for performance on Starfield. New Atlantis. And if you've been to New Atlantis on Starfield, especially if you're someone who plays on PC or even the Series X update for 60 FPS, you'll know what I'm talking about. And I can feel it right now. I'm not on a TV or monitor with VRR. I can tell you right now, this isn't hitting 60. And it's pretty consistently not hitting 60. There's moments where it goes lower, moments where it goes higher, but it's not hitting 60 in New Atlantis. Especially when you get some people on the screen. It's just a big open area with people walking around and tons of different shops. It's just not hitting 60. And it gets a little bit worse when you go up this way. In fact, let's go do that. And I can feel it, man. It's choppy. It's choppy up here. But the good news is that there's no combat that happens here. So, it's no big deal that it's a little bit choppy here. Because when you're out and about in the actual world in combat, you're pretty solid with the FPS. And honestly, it's not as bad here as I thought it was gonna be. Like I said, it's not hitting 60, but it's not like super choppy, which is nice. But there was one thing I wanted to show you guys before I end the video here. So if you go to settings and display. At the beginning of the video, I mentioned that you could prioritize performance. And, well, this is what happens when you prioritize performance. Alright. You can't really see it because it's nighttime. So let's go to the lodge real quick. You can definitely see it here. You see how that whole artifact there just looks kind of fuzzy, and the lights in it look kind of fuzzy.
As much as I love uncovering,
You can see the hair on her head just looks kind of fuzzy. Just everything in general looks fuzzy. That is the FSR. When you set this to performance, the FSR really, really, really kicks in. And you can definitely tell visually. There we go. Now you can see it. You'll see how everything looks kind of mushy, kind of fuzzy. This is FSR 2 performance on Series S. It makes the game look significantly worse so that your performance is better, and it works. It absolutely does what it's supposed to do. But I don't know, guys. It's just, for me personally, I don't feel like it's worth the visual hit to play the game at a slightly more stable frame rate. I'd much rather play it, I'm getting a couple frames less, but it looks way better. I'd much rather play it like that, honestly. Even, like, I'm playing on a monitor without VRR. Even without VRR, I'd much rather play it like that. But I did want to show this off just because, it's an option. And I know a lot of people are going to try it out. And a lot of people might play it like this, and that's totally fine. But it's just, for me personally, I'd much rather play prioritizing the visuals. And then also, real quick, before we end the video, there is, like I said, a 40 FPS mode. And if you're playing on that, then I would definitely say prioritize visuals. But this 40 FPS mode is exactly that. It's smoother. It's noticeably smoother than 30 FPS. And obviously not as smooth as 60 FPS. It's a nice middle ground. There will be less FPS dips on this mode. Regardless of where you are in the game. There's going to be less FPS dips on this mode. So if you're someone who wants to prioritize consistent frame rate over anything else, then maybe the 40 FPS mode is oh shit. Maybe oh my god, I almost ran that guy over. Maybe the 40 FPS mode is for you. I love how Vasco just puts out his arms whenever you do that. That's great. He thinks he's flying. Dude, I played for like 40 minutes. I normally record a video for like 20 minutes. I gotta edit this pretty hard. But this is Starfield running on Xbox Series S. Like I said, we finished the video here in the 40 FPS mode. But I would honestly suggest playing it on 60 FPS. Whether you target visuals or performance, I'd suggest playing it on the 60 FPS mode. It just feels so nice to play that way, honestly. But leave a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts on Starfield are. Let me know what your opinions are about this game. I know a lot of people have a lot of opinions about this game. Leave that in the comments below. Let me know, have you tried out the new update? Are you playing now? Do you have the vehicle? Let me know how that's going as well. Leave a like if you like the video. And if you're enjoying this kind of content and you want to stay up to date with it going forward over here on the channel, the best way to do that is consider subscribing. Consider ringing that notification bell, because that helps you stay up to date with everything that happens here on the channel. And it helps promote me in the algorithm, helps push the videos out to way more people. And I always, always, always appreciate that. And with that being said, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.